Hi guys, and welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and welcome back to the fantastic Hanbury Manor Hotel and Country Club in Hertfordshire, worth checking out. Before we talk about the car in question that we're reviewing this week, I just want to mention we are now also reviewing hotels, destinations and travel tips. So if you click up here now, there's a great selection for you to maybe get some inspiration and some ideas for your next holiday. Enough of that. This week, oh my God, guess what we've got? That is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And to be honest, when it first arrived, I was a little bit uneasy about driving it because it's so big. However, having had it a week, oh my God, what a lovely car. Let's take a look around, let's look inside, and let's discuss what this car can do, starting, by the way, at £265,000. Crazy money. Before we talk about the signature looks of this beautiful car, where did it get its name from? Well, it's named after a world famous diamond, the biggest diamond in the world, 3,100 carats. That's like huge, huge as in like this car as well, because the grille on this is huge. And these two massive LED headlights either side, you could almost look in your rear view mirror, see this coming and think you were being chased down the road by Darth Vader. On the top here is the crowning glory, the spirit of ecstasy, which every single Rolls-Royce carries. Absolutely stunning. And not only stunning here outside, wait till we get under the bonnet. This is a beautiful, beautiful V12 engine developed exclusively for the Cullinan. And it's not only just a V12, it's a 6 3/4 litre V12. It's massive, like everything on this car. It comes with twin turbos up the front here that suck in so much air, they'd probably sweep old ladies off their feet when you're going down the high street. It's all held in here with this torsion bar, and it needs a torsion bar like this because this car is developing 560 brake horsepower and at the same time 850 newton meters of torque. I couldn't even get that out, I was so impressed. This is so powerful. If Luke hadn't destroyed the Death Star, you could have restarted it with this engine, without a shadow of a doubt. The car, 155 miles an hour limited, 0 to 60, well, it's just ridiculous time. It just goes, it just flies. And all of this coming from a 2.6 ton car. It's incredible. Let's get inside and have a look at the luxury that you experience when you drive, or well, if you actually bought a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Before we jump inside and take a look around, let's check out outside, because first thing you notice, these massive 22-inch rims. They're humongous, and in the middle there you've got the non-rotating hubcaps, which is very signature of Rolls-Royce, because that RR will always stay perpendicular to the road, dead straight. So those of you who didn't know that, you now do. I love the side of this car. It's really put together superbly, as you would expect from any Rolls-Royce, but it's just the little bits and pieces, the attention to detail. So when you do open this car, not only is it beautiful to open these doors, but you'll notice all of this is kept enclosed under the door, because at the end of the day, this car is an off-roader. It is designed to go into the polo field. It's designed to drive across woods and forests where the bears live. And then you get dirt all over it and muck. And the last thing you want when your lady wife or your girlfriend or your partner is getting out of the car is her getting the back of her dress or her trousers or breeches, whichever you prefer, filthy dirty because there's loads of muck in there. But as you can see, clean as a whistle. The back doors are suicide doors, coach doors as they're officially known. I like the word suicide because they open the wrong way around. It's like, whee, out you go. Again, absolutely stunning, and again they're covering this whole piece here, covers all of this bit here, so it all remains nice and clean and very easy for your guests or your passengers to step out without getting covered in, you know, mud and muck. And naturally, with every Rolls-Royce you always get the John Steed umbrella, or if you're a little bit more, I have to put the right button, a little bit more up to date, Eggsy's one. Both of them absolutely fantastic, and these can be made bespoke to the colour of your car, so you can match this. You could have baby blue if you wanted to. I love this car. Let's get in the back and check it out. At the back of the Cullinan, it's probably not the best looking part of the car. However, it's functional and it does its job. Let's start with the top here. You've got this big diffuser, and I was looking for the rear wash and wipe because I heard it working, but I couldn't see it because I was expecting it on here. But Rolls-Royce have cleverly hidden it behind the diffuser up there, so you can't even see it. That's just genius. Big Rolls-Royce badge on the back, as if you need it. It's pretty obvious it is. You get these two massive exhausts down the bottom as well. I like those as well. These are rather American, I feel, the rear lights. They're okay, they're not bad, different, very retro. The car itself has an electronic tail lift, assisted tail lift, which you would expect, and it's very, very Range Rover-esque in the fact that the panel there also drops down, creating a lovely place to sit and watch the polo, have your picnic. You can even pay extra and have little seats made to go on here that just clip on. So, oh, and self-leveling suspension, of course, I just popped up there. Inside here you've got a 12-volt adapter. You've got plenty and plenty of room. There's more cubbyhole space down here. In the back here you can definitely get at least 4 suitcases, if not more. It's massive. No shopping bag holders, but you wouldn't expect to have them anyway, because why would you be going to a supermarket in this car? Just doesn't make sense. A useless rear parcel shelf, which I cannot get my head around why you would even bother. It's just, I don't know, just a waste of space really. And privacy glass. Now, the only reason I can think you'd have that is if you've got your spaniels in here or your Labradors, you've been out on a shoot and they're all barking and making loads of noise, and all you want to do is sit in the back and watch TV on the way home back to your castle or your, beautiful estate whilst enjoying a large glass of whiskey. You don't want to be disturbed, and that's maybe why that's there. In the other case, it could be an unruly member of staff or somebody you've kidnapped and you just want to throw them in the boot and take them somewhere and get rid of them, and you wouldn't hear them either. Let's get in the back, let's have a look what the passengers get, because that's going to be the best part about this car. It's got to be. Let's check it out. Here we are in the back where the passengers should be enjoying the utmost of luxury. The door's open. I don't want to be stretching around there, so just up here on the back of the pillar there's a little button, and as you will see, how nice is that? It just shuts itself. Okay. Drive on, driver. We're going to sit here and enjoy this. Let's talk about a few bits and pieces that you get with this car. Well, first of all, your entertainment system. Now, it is a BMW infotainment system that is built into this. However, it's exceptional. It's as you would expect. So you push a little button on the seat there, down comes your tray, and out comes your screen, and the TV comes up immediately. And you can select TV, you can have headphones on if you want, and obviously you've got to have some privacy when you're, so that in itself will shut the curtains. How's that? So I've got my curtain shut. This one you have to do manually. I'm a bit disappointed in that. You have to pull it back yourself, but I'm going to open that back up, just give a little bit more light. If it'll look, there we go, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Perfect. And I can sit here and enjoy the TV. And if I need a drink in the centre here, well, this is my decanter, a lovely crystal cut glass decanter with a couple of glasses, and obviously in there I would keep my favourite whiskey. There is also a place to wirelessly charge your Apple 8 and above, and there are 2 12-volt adapters in there as well. And push that down. All of these are heated, by the way, the armrests. So your armrest here and your armrest here is heated, and you have a full massage chair, so this can go right back. And by the way, this pillow is just beautiful, and you can have a full massage, which is what I'm enjoying at the moment, and it's silent as well. Under here, push the little button, you have all the control system that you need to set up your TV or do whatever you want to do. And over at the front here there is a centre section where you can reset your heating however you want the heating to be. Now, the best bit of all, like with all Rolls-Royces, is up here. We pull this down, we have our champagne fridge, and in here, beautifully designed, exquisitely designed, are the little champagne glasses which pop open like that, and then you can just put your champagne in there, and the fridge is just behind it in there. It is just so stunningly put together. It is ridiculous, and I love this baby blue. It's so beautiful. And to return all this back to normal, you push that, and then your tray goes up like that as well. It's just so comfortable. I actually sat in here the other day with a friend of mine. We had a nice cup of tea, because we had it on our little tray there, and we watched the TV. It was simply stunning, and enjoyed a massage with a little bit of heated seat as well. You've got this huge panoramic roof allowing all the light to flood in here. Got a lovely lighting system up here. It's just beyond belief. And this is what I'd expect from a Rolls-Royce. But what's it like to drive? Is it a driver's car or is it a chauffeur's car? Let's jump in the front and check it out. So, in answer to the question that I posed when I was sitting in the back of the car, chauffeur or drive yourself, because I think this car was designed for that weekend when you decide to go out and do some shooting, or maybe go fishing, or I don't know, it is a driver's car for sure. This is the car that you have because you've already got the Phantom or the Dawn with the driver who's taking you to the office or picking you up. And then on the weekend, you just want to be individual. You want to go out and enjoy the car, enjoy the road or the field, wherever you are. Let's start with a few bits and pieces on this. The first thing we've got to talk about is this fabulous instrument cluster here, which is so super high resolution, you could almost be forgiven for thinking that it was a conventional analog style, but it isn't. That is fully digital, I can assure you. It disappears completely when you turn the ignition off, and it is stunning. There is no rev meter, there is no tachometer, whatever you want to call it. There's a power reserve meter, because this is a Rolls-Royce, and when you take your foot off the gauge, it will go up to, off the accelerator, it will go up to 100, and when you put it down like that, it'll drop, and you can see how much power you're using from that beautiful V12 engine. The steering wheel, well, it's superbly set up. It's a heated steering wheel. You'd expect that. This is an off-road car. It's an SUV at the end of the day. Needs those little attributes. Oh, and don't forget, up the front here, just like in the back, you get heated elbow armrests, whatever you want to call them, both sides. So your elbows never get cold in the winter. And you get the massage seat, just like in the back as well, for both driver and passenger. So steering wheel, yes, we said it's heated, which is lovely. On the left-hand side, you've got your cruise control system setting. Very, very easy. Just says set, cancel, resume, the usual. Below it, you've got the distance control setting as well. So however far back from the car in front you want the computer to make sure that you don't get that close to the car, you can set that yourself as well. So easy. And on the right here, you've got telephone system. So you just click that, up comes the telephone system. You've got volume up and down on the right, and a knob button there which changes radio stations. It's basically your scroll button here, and all of that is coming up on the heads-up display, which is amazing on this car, because not only does it tell you the speed that you're doing, it also shows you the speed warning sign, the speed limits. But if you haven't got time to look at that and you're still looking at the road or watching the map or whatever, the actual speedo will come up in the colour of red when you go over the speed limit, so you know you're speeding, and immediately you can back off and you're back into the safe zone again. Infotainment system, well, it is a BMW 7 Series infotainment system, but to be honest, they don't get much better. They are probably the best in the world, especially the map. The map is just second to none. It's just superb. You've got your memory stations on here underneath. They can also change and be assigned to different commands. So basically all you do is you set up a command for each one of these buttons, and all you have to do is touch it once and it will do that command, and that can be a number of different things that this car can do for you. I love the big heated vents here. They're just so Rolls-Royce, and they really feel solid as well, and these plungers which are really lovely as well, turning the air on and off. And below it is your heating system. So here you've got the buttons for your heated seats, you've got cooled seats, cooling seats for in the summer, heated steering wheel in the middle, and each one individual here. You don't have a low and a medium and a high, you have a soft, medium and high. I love that. There's all little things like that that Rolls-Royce is different. That's where they're so unique, which I love. You've got the big knob button in here, very reminiscent of the BMW, which is your main selector on your menu, so you can zoom in and out on your map. And when you're in different modes, you can just scroll around. So if I go into the menu, I can scroll across, got notifications, communications, set all your phone up. There's no mirroring in here for Android or Apple. Find that really surprising. I don't know what the theory is behind that, but you know, there's got to be a reason. Another thing which I noticed, because on the hubs, on the wheels, that, you know, those center hubs, they don't move. They're specially set up to keep the Rolls-Royce logo dead straight. I think they could do that on the steering wheel here. And if I bought one, I'd ask them if they could do that for me to make mine a little bit more individual. Because on this, as soon as you move the steering wheel, as you see, it doesn't stay centered. Over here, well, you've got buttons for the suspension setting. You've got an off-road setting as well here. And not only is this all-wheel drive, it is the first Rolls-Royce all-wheel drive system ever produced, but this car is also all-wheel steer. Two other bits on the dashboard. Well, over here you've got this lovely Cullinan clock. If money's no object, I think it's a beautiful piece of art, and for £3,500 extra, I would probably have it. You've got a massive glove box down there. There's no point in showing in there because there's nothing in there anyway. Inside here we've got a huge cubby box with a wireless charger for your phone. There is a 12-volt adapter in the middle, and there are two USB-C ports in there as well. So they're thinking of everything here. Behind here, lovely double cup holder. Everything in here is so well built. It's all built by hand and by, you know, people, craftsmen, people who absolutely love what they do for a living. And these are people that have studied doing this for years and years. It's not something you just go in and grab a bit of wood and carve out, you know, a beautiful Rolls-Royce dashboard. The car is big, but it doesn't feel big to drive. It's over 5 metres long, it's over 2 metres wide, and it's almost 2 metres high. But when you're driving it, even though that bonnet seems miles away down to that Spirit of Ecstasy, it just feels like a normal car. Even parking, you've got self-park on this. Don't want to try it, don't really trust it. I'm sure it's absolutely fine, but I prefer to park this car myself. The cameras on here, again, are excellent. They really show you all the field of vision. Economy, yeah, let's talk economy. It's not that bad, actually. I'm getting around 19-20 to the gallon. But if you bought one of these cars, would you really be bothered? You know, you probably own the oil field anyway, so what's the point? It's not something that you'd worry about. Wonderful air suspension. That is all controlled by a camera up here in the center of the windscreen, and that's constantly feeding back information to the computer from the road surface ahead, and then it sets up the air suspension. So it does do what Rolls-Royce call the magic carpet ride, and that is, you literally are smoothed along on a magic carpet. We are talking from, as I said right at the beginning of this video, 264,000 UK pounds. That's around 350,000 US dollars. That's the starting price for this car. How you make this car is up to you. There is no upper price. You can keep going on this car. You can have diamond studded dashboards, you can have 18 karat gold steering wheels, you can have anything you want, because this is a Rolls-Royce at the end of the day, and they will make things to what you want, how you want your Rolls-Royce. One last thing, the gearbox on this is absolutely beautiful. It's an 8-speed ZF gearbox, and you don't even know it's changed gear. You can't hear anything. The soundproofing in here is just ridiculous. It's just a phenomenal, stunning piece of kit, this car, and I have thoroughly enjoyed driving it, and I think anybody who was buying one of these, it's going to be a driver's car. Thanks for watching. You've been watching me, AJ the Player. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. And before I go, another mention about those new reviews we're doing on hotels, destinations, and some of the business class services that are on offer from the airlines as well. Well worth watching. New series, click up there if you want to watch it. There's plenty to choose from because we're starting to add to those every week as well. I will catch you hopefully next week with another car. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm sure it's going to be every bit as good as all the other cars that we review. Look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for watching, and safe motoring.